everyone, it's Delana. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about Taylor Swift. Where is she? She is missing in action. You know, if your best friend was going through any kind of sexual harassment or abuse in the workplace and to the point where she had a huge lawsuit against her abuser, would you not be sticking by your best friend's side? I certainly would be. You know, I spent hours doing a deep dive into this and, kind of seeing how Taylor Swift had handled these things in the past and how she's handling it now. Big difference, between her lawsuit for herself in 2017 and supporting Kesha in 2014. Why is she not by her best friend's side? Anyways, I've done a deep dive into this. I've got the receipts. Stick with me. We're going to go through how she's handled these things in the past and how she's handling it now. And please, at the end of the video, I would love to hear your comments. I'd love to hear your opinions on these things. So after you see all the receipts, please leave a comment below and let me know why you think that she's not sticking by her best friend at this point. So one of the first things I want to talk about is Taylor Swift's lawsuit in 2017. In 2013, she accused a DJ of kind of groping her while she was taking a picture. And I'll show it to you right here, the picture. But she was saying when he put his arm around her to take the picture that he actually grabbed her ass. So she obviously did not like that. And she had a lawsuit against him. She claimed that he had sexually harassed her or harassed her in that way. And she didn't really bring a lawsuit at first, but he ended up suing her because she had made those claims, and then he lost his job. So he ended up suing her for lost wages of about $3 million. And then she kind of countersued him saying, like, you sexually harassed me. And she only was asking for $1 in return. One of the reasons that she said that she was creating this lawsuit against him, and I'll read this. Her reasoning was to empower other victims of sexual assault, and she pledged to donate, help fund legal costs of sexual abuse victims, and so they could defend themselves. She wanted to help others that couldn't afford to defend themselves to defend themselves in these kind of situations. And her lawyer said during the case that she's taking a stand for all women. I thought that was very powerful to, want to take a stand. I think she was just using it as an example and having really young fans. I think that was a great thing. Like, she was standing up for herself. She wasn't doing it for the money. She was just doing it to, and I believe is to empower us to, have a voice. This was before the whole Me Too movement. So I thought it was a great thing. But anyway, so in 2017, she actually won Person of the Year, and they called her the Silence Breaker. So, but 2018, exactly a year after she won her case, or her case started, she had a concert in Miami, and she talked about the abuse and how what she wanted her fans to get out of it, and she talked about that, and every fan brought $1 bill in her support. So I just want to show you the video. So
this day a year ago was the day that the jury sided in my favor and said that they believed me.
Taylor's fans scream their support.
I'm so grateful to you guys for being there for me during what was a really, really horrible part of my life.
It was a year ago that a civil jury in Denver determined that the pop idol had been groped by disc jockey David Mueller at a meet and greet in 2013. Taylor's lawsuit was never about money. She sued for a symbolic $1 in damages. And in tribute to the anniversary of her court victory, hundreds of fans in Tampa held up $1 bills as a sign of support.
I guess I just think about all the people that weren't believed, and the people who haven't been believed, or the people who are afraid to speak up because they think they won't be believed.
This right here was a blind reveal item that was dated February 7th, 2020. This female A-list singer is footing the bill not only for the lawyers, but also the damages that this A-minus lister has been ordered to pay. It would bankrupt the A-minus lister singer to have to pay. And they were talking about Taylor Swift and Kesha. Apparently, Taylor Swift paid $250,000 towards Kesha's law fees, and Kesha was claiming that her manager, I think it was Dr. Luke, was sexually harassing her and had actually raped her. and he was countersuing her, saying that because she wanted all her music back, and he said, no, the only reason that you're coming out to me with these charges is because you want your music back, but that wasn't apparently in the contract that they had. So he was calling BS on her, and I think she was having a hard time proving it. So Taylor Swift kind of footed the bill to help pay for her legal bills. So she 100% stood behind Kesha. And so did Lady Gaga. I think Demi Lovato was also Kelly Clarkson. So there was a bunch of women that kind of gathered around and supported her. So I don't, where's the gathering of women now for Blake Lively? Why are there a bunch of women out there supporting her, even if they weren't the best of friends? Like I said, I don't think Taylor Swift was that close with Kesha. I think that she saw what was happening and wanted to support her. So that was very interesting. I have this little meme here that she actually sent out. So check this out. They also did an article in Teen Vogue about the whole Taylor Swift Kesha support. And in this article, she said, talking to Kesha during her groping trial really helped. It really helped to talk to someone who had been through the demoralizing court process. So I really thought that was interesting. In my opinion, as to why she's not sticking behind her best friend, is that I really truly believe that she doesn't believe in her heart that it actually really happened. I think she sees through all this bullshit. I really believe that she was victimized before, Taylor Swift. And I think that supporting someone who's not being truthful about the abuse is really detrimental to those who actually have been abused. That's why I think she's not sticking with her. I think and it would also be bad for her image to support someone who's not doing it genuinely. I think that it's such a horrible thing for women to go through. And if you have all these Me Too cases come up that aren't legitimized, or it's just women trying to get their own way, it really, I think it demoralizes the actual victims that are out there. It makes it harder for them to prove stuff because people just don't believe them so blatantly as they did before, because women have been called out on lying. Amber Heard is a perfect example. She was lying. She was lying, and people saw right through the bullshit. And from what I see online, and I think the overall consensus of the whole public, and because I've done some videos on this, and I have not found one person that's came and said, no, she's 100% telling the truth. You all are a bunch of idiots. I don't know what you're seeing. I have not seen any of that. If anything, I think that Justin Baldoni has all the support in the world. He's very supported in this whole situation, and Blake Lively is just going balls to the wall and trying to fight it and trying to bring him down and cut him off at the knees. So, like I said, I'm really interested in your opinion. Why has Taylor Swift not supported her best friend? Why did she support Kesha? Why is she not there for Blake Lively? So please leave your comments. I'm very interested. I think it's a good discussion to have. We all have besties and our BFFs.